Morning. Breakfast?
No, thanks.
Oh, dear. Still in a bad mood?
I am not in a bad mood.
Oh, come on, Frank. You hardly spoke 2 words last night.
What's on my mind, that's all.
Such as what? Chris and Kathy's wedding, perhaps?
You've got to be joking. After what he said to me yesterday.
I'm sure he didn't mean it.
I was told in no uncertain terms to keep my nose out.
And they made it perfectly clear they don't want a fuss. Not everyone wants a great, lavish wedding.
Rubbish. People only say that when they've got to get married in a hurry or they can't afford it. We can afford it, Kim.
They're in love, Frank. They're not getting married simply so as you can splash your money about.
Morning, Frank.
Morning.
Anything wrong? Something I said.
No, take no notice.
This is about the row last night, isn't it?
Chris told you, did he?
The last thing I want is them falling out, Kim. You understand our reasons, don't you?
Of course I do.
We just want to get married at Houghton Registry Office without fuss and slip away quietly and have a simple honeymoon somewhere. Can't Frank accept that?
He will. Don't worry. Leave him to me.
What are you doing today?
Oh, I thought I might hoover round, do the washing, iron your shirts, dust the talcum powder off the rubber plant in the bathroom.
Oh, Elsa.
Well, you did ask.
You should go out. I can do the washing tonight. A change would do you good.
A change? If you could tell me what anybody does for a change in this village on a weekday morning. The only change I want is for us to move out of Beckendale altogether.
See you later.
You see, Nick, you won't even discuss it.
Because we've discussed it. And I've told you, I'm happy the way we are.
Well, as long as you're happy, that's all that matters.
Don't just stand there. Open it. Well, what does it say?
What do you think?
Never mind, love.
I'm not bothered. It's their loss, not mine.
That's the spirit. Don't lose heart.
I'm not. Bound to be a job for me out there somewhere. It's just finding it.
Maybe you should stick to what you know best.
I don't want to be a farm labourer all my life, Mum. I do want to earn a bit of money sometime. Nothing wrong with being ambitious, is there?
Hello? Well, I'm going to be here for a bit and then I'm going up to the fish farm. Why?
You couldn't have Alice for the day for me, could you?
Alice, why?
I'll be round. I'll explain then. Thanks, Mum. You're an angel.
Come on, Kathy. You know what Frank and Chris are like. They're as stubborn as each other. It'll all blow over.
If you say so.
Just got to remember, Frank means well.
I know, which is why I don't want to seem ungrateful.
Look, it's your day. You and Chris can do it when and how you choose. I mean, you can fly to Florida and get married underwater if that's what you fancy.
Don't tell Chris that. I'll be on the phone booking it.
I thought you were managing to curb his inherited love of extravagance.
I am. At least I hope so. I mean, most of the rows we ever had were usually about him throwing his money around trying to impress me. Now we have to convince Frank.
Hey, be careful. I'm quite fond of Frank's occasional extravagant gestures. Now, who's a bonny little girl for our grandma, then?
I can see she's going to get spoiled all day.
Oh, you be quiet. I can spoil her if I want to, can't I, precious? Does Nick know you're going to Leeds?
Of course he does. I just didn't want to drag Alice all that way.
What are you going for, anyway?
She needs some new clothes, and I thought I'd look round the shops.
Oh, you needn't go all the way to Leeds for baby clothes. What's wrong with that?
Rachel rang this morning. I said I'd meet her for lunch.
Oh, I thought Rachel was coming home next week.
What is this, Mum? The 3rd degree? I just want to get away for a day. Is that a crime or what?
All right. Just don't go spending money you haven't got, that's all.
Bye, love. Don't give Grandma a bad time now. If you drop her back at Demdike about 6, I should be back by then.
Go on, get gone. She's no trouble. Although what work I'm going to get done with you here, I don't know.
Mum.
Yes, love?
Oh, nothing. It doesn't matter. I'll see you later.
Who's Alex, anyway?
One of my oldest mates. We were at school together. He's agreed to be best man.
What's he like?
Oh, you know, tall, dark, not as handsome as me.
Oh, poor thing. Do we need a best man in a registry office? All we need are 2 witnesses and we could drag those in off the street.
Well, I could always put Alex off. He's bound to try and steal the limelight anyway. Better get to work.
Chris?
Yep?
I'd rather we didn't fall out with your dad over this wedding. Couldn't you have another word with him?
Look, we've got to be firm, Kathy. You know how he likes to play Lord Bountiful?
I just don't want to upset Frank. Nothing's worth that.
All right, I'll apologise for last night, but that's all. You know Dad. Give him an inch, he'll take a mile.
We don't want him to feel excluded.
He won't be. He can throw confetti, wave us off on honeymoon, like everybody else.
Oh, by the way, where are we going on honeymoon?
Oh, I thought a little caravan in Filey.
Filey. In November, we'll freeze.
You said simple?
Oh, you made it then, out of bed? I thought you were there for day. Oh, look, come off it, Joe. I'm knackered. I didn't get in from the restaurant until gone 11. Then I had all my homework to catch up on. Well, nobody forced you to wait at tables for Alan Turner. Yeah, well, I need the money, don't I? Besides, Turner's closing the restaurant for 2 weeks when he goes to this health farm. I'm going to be skint.
Come on, you must be coining in all them tips you're getting.
Yeah, when I see them.
How do you mean?
Oh, look, it doesn't matter.
You do get the tip, don't you?
Yeah, when Turner decides to hand them over. I mean, I'm doing like he said. I'm allowing the customer to fill in the amount when they're paying by credit card, but I'm just not seeing my share.
Have a word with him then. Can't be right, he must be cheating you.
Yeah. I don't want to push it too much. I mean, I don't want to lose my job, do I?
No. You've got to stick up for what's yours. I mean, those tips are yours, you earned them.
Yeah, I suppose so. Look, I'll tell you what, I'll have another word with him tonight, okay?
Yeah, you do that. And if it doesn't cover, tell him he'll have me to contend with.
I bet Mr. Turner's quaking in his boots.
I heard that.
What are you doing?
Well, I heard you saying last night this floor needed doing.
Haven't I do it?
Well, you're doing the best.
I know why you're doing this, but there's no need. I'm fine, really.
Are you sure?
Yes, I've plenty to be getting along with. It doesn't seem 5 minutes since I was calling Henry for making a mess. Socks all over the place, dirty plates under the bed. And he would smoke that filthy pipe of his. I can smell it still, you know. Just goes to show you shouldn't take folk for granted.
I think you both know how much the other was appreciated.
It was grand having him around, even though I did grumble a bit.
I know. Is there anything else I can do then?
No, you go and help Joe and Jack. Go on, I can manage the floor. Go on. I've got all my family around me. That's all I need.
What are you doing, love?
Where's Turner?
At the back, why?
Has he said any more about my tips?
To me? You must be joking.
Good grief, Mark. You're early. 6:30 is when I'm expecting to see you, eh?
Mark's got something to say to you, Mr. Turner, haven't you, Mark?
Have I?
It's about his tips. Mark?
Yeah, well, you're going to be going on your holiday soon, Mr. Turner, and the restaurant's going to be closed. So I was wondering if you could pay me my tips before you go.
I am not going on holiday. I'm going to a health farm. Although why I allowed myself to be talked into it, I'll never know.
Yeah, but what about my tips?
Is that all you ever think about? Money? And here am I worried about my health, not knowing what to expect from this ghastly health farm
But
place.
think of the benefits, Mr. Turner. You might come back a changed man. New body, new outlook on life, relaxed attitude to money.
Oh, yes. Well, all right, we will discuss it in 2 weeks' time when I get back. And anyone would think I was trying to cheat you. Tips. I've got a pub to run here.
Yeah.
What's the matter?
Jack, has Joe said any more about that job with Frank Tate?
No. Why?
I was talking to Annie this morning. Something she said worried me.
What's wrong with her?
Oh, she's missing Henry, but being very brave about it, keeping herself occupied. Well, you've seen her.
And what is it then?
She said she was glad she had her family around her.
Good.
But what if he is interested in that job? It wouldn't be the same for her, would it? At least she knows he's here at the moment.
I don't think Joe's serious about the offer.
Well, maybe not. But I don't think we should say anything to Annie.
Not till he's decided.
All right, love. I don't think you'd have said anything to her anyway.
Well, I hope not. Funny. I nailed up this door to keep Annie out. I feel a bit guilty about it now.
I can manage, you know. I've done this before.
I know, but I thought now I'm here, I can give you a hand.
Why are you here? Haven't you any work to do?
It's nearly dinner time.
I'll be in a few minutes.
Good, because I'm starving.
I'm glad you're here. There's something I want to say to you.
All right.
Are you still determined to give up farming?
I'd be lying if I said otherwise.
Have you done anything about it yet?
Well, I've had a look around, you know.
Well, take my advice and don't. At least, not yet.
Mark, can we just drop the subject?
Oh, you'll hear me out. I want you to put aside these feelings. There's a lot of work to be done here before winter sets in.
The farmers coped without me before.
All I ask is you give it a bit more thought. I don't know about you, but I haven't been able to make a proper decision about anything lately.
No.
You're upset. We all are. But you make the wrong decision now, you'll regret it for the rest of your life.
Come on now. You eat it all up and you'll be ever such a big girl. Yes, you will. Yes. Yes, you will.
She's here. I'm so worried.
What were you worried for? Didn't Elsa tell you I was babysitting?
Babysitting? Why, where's she gone?
Leeds. She's gone to do some shopping and to meet Rachel for some lunch. Didn't she tell you?
I know nothing about this. What is she playing at now?
Perhaps she felt like a bit of a change.
She could have said. Are you sure she's seen Rachel?
Oh, come on, Nick. What reason has she to lie to me?
Well, it wouldn't be the first time, would it?
What did the letter say?
Thank you for applying for the position of sales representative with our agricultural supplies division, but in this instance, your application hasn't been successful. Yours sincerely, blah, blah, blah.
You don't seem that bothered about it.
Well, why should I be? There'll be other jobs, won't there, Pete?
No, it was me feeling sorry for you. I was even going to buy you a drink down the Woolpack.
Well, you can buy me a drink. You need to feel sorry for me, though.
It's not as easy as you think, you know, selling agricultural products. Peter didn't find it easy.
Oh, it can't be that hard. Good morning, sir. Can I interest you in 100 bags of fertiliser and a tractor?
Exactly. And what do you do when they say no thank you and shut the door in your face?
Are you trying to put me off or something?
Of course not. I'd miss you coming round, though. Getting in the way.
Well, thanks. Did you hear what your mummy said about me?
He'd miss you too. I've got used to having you about the place myself.
Well, I'm glad I'm not working at the moment. Rachel's back next week. It's a reading week.
Looking forward to it, are you?
Yeah.
It's nice.
Woolpack Bar and Restaurant, yes? Yes, certainly, sir. When would you like to book? Well, I'm sorry, sir. We'll be shut for 2 weeks as from Saturday. Yes. Yes, I'm so sorry about that, sir. Right. Goodbye.
And that's a bad idea and all, closing the restaurant. People have short memories, you know. They go elsewhere.
Oh, please.
Be our birthday soon, Archie.
Yep, November the 12th. I'll be 29. 29.
We should do something special.
Oh, it's not that again, is it?
And what's that about then?
Our birthdays last year. We had a right good time, didn't we, Archie?
Yeah, not bad. Crashed chemical tanker, evacuated village and free drinks up at home farm.
Good Lord, that'll be hard to beat.
I'll never forget Frank Tate's face when he saw us all. He had a right go up there, saw he?
Zoe?
Zoe Tate. I miss Zoe.
Where's she now?
Out of my life. Why did you have to mention birthdays?
Looks like being egg and chips again with our Meg.
I'm sorry I went for you, Dad.
Just you wait till you and Kathy have a son or a daughter, and you're told not to interfere in their wedding plans.
Frank, Chris is apologising.
Look, Kathy and I have come up with an idea. Go on, Kath.
Well, supposing instead of going off on honeymoon straight after the registry office, all of us go for a meal somewhere.
Ah, a wedding breakfast.
No, Dad, just a meal. You can pay for that, seeing you're keen to spend your money.
All I'm keen to do, son, is to show you and Kathy how pleased I am for you both, and to give you a good send-off.
Well, you can do that by buying us all a slap-up meal at the bridge.
Well, what about Caroline? Nobody seems to have considered her feelings. Maybe she wants to share the cost of the meal.
I think Mum's quite happy with the present arrangements.
I can't afford to go splashing out. I'll buy the meal.
And that makes you happy?
Yeah. Well, I'll have to, won't it?
Oh, you're too late. I've done it. At least I stopped the rain coming in for a week or two.
Good.
Joe, about this job.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how serious you are about it, but I don't think you should mention it to Ma.
Oh, come on, she's tough. She doesn't want wrapping in cotton wool.
You haven't said anything to her, have you?
Of course not.
It wouldn't be fair on her, you know.
I'm not daft, Jack. Look, I haven't set out to Ma until there's something to tell her. I only mentioned it to you because I wanted your advice, which I hadn't told you now.
No, it's just that I can't picture you as a chalet attendant.
Jack, I was offered the job as estate manager. Manager of the whole estate. Home farmlands, holiday village, everything. It's a responsible and highly paid job for somebody.
Somebody, yes, but not a Sugden. Sugdens and the Tates don't mix, Joe.
Even though she was as good as gold, I still didn't get through half the work I should have. I couldn't cope with Alice every day.
Thanks anyway, Mum.
Any news?
News? What news?
You did tell Nick you were going to Leeds for the day.
I told you I did. Why shouldn't I?
I just wondered. How's Rachel?
Rachel? Oh, she's fine.
Look, love, about Nick. You ought to know that...
What about him?
Hello, Mrs. Feldman. Nice day, Elsa.
Not bad. You?
I've had better. But I've had my fair share of surprises.
What's the matter with you two?
Nothing, love. Look, I'd best get off, get Michael's tea ready. I'll see you tomorrow, then.
Bye. So, tell me about your day, Elsa.
I'm sorry, love, it's all small change.
Nice.
There you are. And 2 makes 5.
Thanks. There you go.
Right.
Cheers. Here's to your next job interview.
Yeah. Better luck next time, eh?
I suppose we won't be seeing much of you next week, then.
Why not?
Well, it's going to look a bit peculiar. You coming up to my place all the time when your girlfriend's back for a week. What'll people say? What'll Rachel say?
Oh, why shouldn't I see both of you? We've nothing to hide, have we?
True. And it is her reading week. She'll probably have her nose in a book most of the time, won't even notice your absence.
Oh, I think she would.
Come on then, Brains. What are we going to do for his birthdays?
Well, first of all, we've got to let people know that it is our birthday. I mean, there's no point planning a celebration if there's nobody there to celebrate with.
Oh, that's true.
Do you realise we'll be 94?
What?
It's our combined ages.
Well, how old are you really?
Well, I'm going to be 29 and he'll be 65.
Oh, you'll be retiring then, Seth.
Retiring?
Well, you'll be an OAP.
It'd be great, Seth. No more Tubby Turner chasing round after you.
I can't retire. I go crackers.
What does Mr. Turner think?
Mr. Turner don't know. And there's no need for him to know. Is there?
Oh, no. Your secret's safe with us, Seth.
Of course it is, love.
Yeah, which still leaves us with a problem of how we're going to celebrate it.
Will you stop banging on about your wretched tips?
I've kept a note, Mr. Turner. You owe me quite a bit.
I owe you quite a bit. I don't like the way you say that, Mark. Look, if a customer adds something to his bill over and above what he is obliged to pay, that is merely a service charge, not necessarily a tip for you.
That's not fair.
Everything I do, Mark, everything I will do and everything I've ever done is always fair. Now, have you got an order for me?
Yes, Mr. Turner, I do. Did you hear all that?
Just wait till he goes to that health farm next week. He won't know what's hit him. I put the curse on him.
How's she getting on at university anyway?
Well, Rachel, fine as far as I know, any road.
I thought you phoned her every night.
Well, I did at first. It's dropped off a bit now.
Oh, I see.
What's that supposed to mean?
Love's young dream wearing off a bit, is it?
No, it's not. Just got used to her being away, that's all.
Especially because you spend all your time up at my place, you mean? Come on, admit it.
Talk about conceit. What makes you think you're so special?
I'm glad you settled your differences with Frank. I felt responsible in a way.
He's good at the old emotional blackmail, his dad. Just remember, Kathy, it's our day, not Dad's.
Well, I think he knows that now.
After his attempts to turn our wedding into the event of the century, he'll probably go the other way now. He'll book the local transport caf for the reception.
Eggs, chips and beans and a slice of fruitcake.
That doesn't sound too bad, actually.
Oh, I don't care about the venue. As long as we get married, that's what's important.
Well, at least we've got Dad on our side now. Happy?
Very.
Could you turn that down a bit? I've just got her off to sleep. There's no need to switch it off.
Ah, well, not one worth watching. Anyway, I thought maybe we could talk.
What about?
Oh, why you couldn't tell me you were planning on going to Leeds this morning, for instance?
I told you, Nick, I just fancied a change.
You could have said, though, Elsa. I wouldn't mind as long as your mum can look after Alice. But you, didn't go to see Rachel, did you?
No. I went for an interview, actually.
No what?
An interview, Nick, for a job as shop assistant. It went really well.
I don't believe I'm hearing this. Why couldn't you have told me? And what if you get the job?
I think it's a dead cert, Nick.
Oh, come on, Elsa. Be realistic, will you? What are you planning on doing? Commuting to Leeds every day?
Well, of course not. You'll get a job there too.
What?
Well, there's bound to be loads of jobs in the city. I mean, look at all the parks there. They must need gardeners.
In Leeds? I don't need a job in Leeds. We live in Beckindale.
Yeah. Well, you know what I want, Nick. And I thought it was time to do something about it.